is 7 ways to use customer data. So there we have it. We've got data all over the business, right? We've got it in Excel spreadsheets. We've got it in Word documents. We may have it in Outlook. We've got it on Post-it notes. Okay. Look, number one, and this is a good piece of advice, understand why data matters. And this is a quote. On the surface, information about your customers and market is certainly useful. Knowing Mrs. Sims likes extra starch, for example, has kept her coming back to your business for years. But it goes much deeper. Careful analysis data can be invaluable in identifying a broad-based and reliable trends central to your business's success, particularly for small businesses. A quote, many small businesses run on the intuition of the owner, says Ron Klimberg, a professor of decision and system sciences at St. Joseph University in Philadelphia. But you need to understand and analyze the data to really understand and keep your customers. Do you know what they're talking about? They're talking about, you've probably heard this term before, customer relationship management. Okay? Put that data to work. Understand, that, certain customers buy a certain type of product. Find out why they're buying that product. And maybe you can offer a product or service that complements that. But you won't know that unless you get all this data organized. You got to get it organized and to make it really useful. Number 2, you have unexamined useful data. So there are scads of proactive ways to gather data, such as customer surveys. Very good. I've done them myself, and you'd be surprised how helpful your customers really want to be. Be prepared to take criticism, because you're going to get it when you do surveys. All right? But learn from it. Learn from it. Don't overlook information you already may have, okay, such as the customer's purchase records, their demographic information. Take a look if you're not using like web-based analytics such as Google Analytics. Tells you a lot of powerful information. We just got the amazing new beta program of Woopra. That's WOOPRA. And man, the insight to where traffic is coming from to the internet, to your website, is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's so powerful, and it's also just gorgeous to look at. But, I'm kind of getting away from the point here. Businesses don't use data they already have as much as they should. Amen, brother. That is the gospel. Database marketing should be one of the top priorities, in my opinion, to any small business, to any company, small or large. I guarantee you, your competitors and bigger companies have entire departments devoted to nothing but database marketing, and that includes their current and former customers. If you lose a customer, you should know why you're losing customers. Another thing is to know what to look for. Start with your existing customer base. Just said that. Chances are good you have an extensive customer information. Find out what they're buying, excuse me, and how often, and even where they're coming from to do business with you. And that leaves little telling tidbits that help you identify the value that keeps them coming back. Where they live, what they're spending money on, who's actually coming to your business. Chances are you've got a lot of that data already. Break down what's there. Good tip. In large part, analyzing data really is about trends, all right, and points, and points of consistency. And you can do that simply by watching your customers' habits. If someone cleans a dozen shirts a week, and give them coupons for shirts. that makes sense. I know some of this sounds pretty basic. It's like, oh gosh, we already know this. But sometimes we get so busy that we get away from the basics, or maybe we never really gave this a lot of thought. There's programs like Microsoft Access. There's all kinds of technology in this because we're really, again, talking about database marketing in effect. You know, put the data to use, right? Now that you have your data analysis done and you know, you see some trends, you know, go ahead and start basing offers based on that demographic data, on that market analysis. You know, you can even go outside your existing customer database. You really can. You can get information from the U.S. Census Bureau and your Chamber of Commerce as well. You can actually kind of query, you know, you can get this stuff and say, well, where can I find people who fit this demographic? Maybe, for example, my demographic might be male, age 35 to 54 with an annual income greater than, say, $40,000 a year. You can actually get very, very, very granular. When you've identified the customer who's already buying from you, and you want to find more of that customer, then you probably will have to go outside, or should go outside, but you'll know very, very precisely. You're not shooting in the dark at that point. You're absolutely not shooting in the park. Remember, don't limit your analysis to customer data, okay? Break down what you have about your competitors, their products, things like inventory flow and other information. This can help suggest a strategy for all sorts of things, issues such as staffing. Maybe you're staffing the business too much during the wrong periods of time, that sort of thing. Maybe even changing the physical layout of your business. If you've got a retail store, maybe you need to change things around a little bit. You know, one grocery store found a strong buying connection between diapers and beers because of all the new dads that were coming in to buy beer, and then they saw the diapers. Now, isn't that incredible? Wow. Okay, so be it. I mean, that's a weird connection. I'd never get that, but through analytics, they found as new fathers come in to get a 6-pack of beer, they would, you know, spot the diapers and buy those while they were in the store. Remember, it's the data, not a decision. Used effectively, data analysis can be invaluable in suggesting all sorts of strategies and decisions. So never lose sight that in the end, in fact, it's just a suggestion about what to do. It's up to you to decide and what and how to act on that. I think that's some excellent information about, you know, how to use the data about your customers. So, you know, look at their buying habits. Identify who's buying from you. Come up with their demographic. Find out why they buy what they're buying. Go outside of your customer database. Once you do make that identification, go outside of your customer database to get more of that type of customer, and use that data for even more things. Like I said, is to you know, maybe restructure the business a little bit. Maybe you got to change staffing a little bit, rearrange things, whatever. But it's all through a proper, straightforward analysis of the data. You know, the numbers when properly done, the numbers just don't lie.